Wait, what was that? Did you see that? There was like something on the ride. It said like limb, and then what was the 3? But it seemed like sort of an indication at which time something takes place, right? I saw now. I don't know what the middle one was, and the other was elem, probably elementary, maybe like elementary school or something. So that goes back to like when we were kids, like the memory in the beginning, or the flashback. This must be the place. The private institute, Mako Academy. It's an escalator school, going from kindergarten all the way to college, located near the sea in the sprawling city of Hoshinonaka. Just by looking at it, you could tell it was a school for the kids of well-to-do families. Watching the kids going home, you got the feeling that they were somehow more refined. And while they lived in the same city as us, they were really in a different world. So basically the rich kids, huh? I gathered my resolve and went against the flow of the students going home, entering the school building. Damn, fancy. Inside, the building seemed even more otherworldly than the exterior did. What is this place? Is this actually a school? I was in an airy corridor lined by glass walls. It felt like I was lost in some place in a faraway land or palace. Even under normal circumstances, visiting another school was nerve-wracking, but this feeling of strangeness was something else. Of course, all the students I passed stared intently. I went down the hall, trying hard to avoid any eye contact. Don't look at me. Please don't look at me, people. I guess this is it? I stopped in front of the door and looked at the sign marking my destination. Astronomy club, huh? We're here to visit this school's astronomy club. We probably got connections, right? For us being the leader of our astronomy club, we're trying to connect with other astronomy clubs in the neighborhood. It was written right there in front of me. Gulping nervously, I knocked on the door. Excuse me. To my surprise, the open door revealed only darkness. No one's here? Whoa, whoosh! At least, that's what I thought until a tiny light popped into life in the middle of the room. What? A girl's face appeared in a faint light, and I nearly let out an involuntary yelp. In the light, flickering red like a candle, the young woman reached out for one of the cards laid out on the table. They looked like tarot cards. Oh god, is she one of those freaks? She looked down at the card and spoke. You saw me coming, of course. Sure, your tarot cards told me so, huh? It was as if she was reading the future, like some kind of fortune teller. Why did she put like a tablecloth over her head? I answered. Doesn't make her look more mysterious. Yeah. I was told to come here at this time. Did we enter the wrong room? Is this the tarot club or like the astronomy club? What the heck? I couldn't tell if she'd heard me or not, but the beautiful yet creepy girl put the card back on the table and let out a little laugh. Oh shit, she knows that. Okay, fuck it, I believe. Damn, you know what she looks like? She looked like she's about to play Yu-Gi-Oh or something, and we just activated her trap card. Which hopefully doesn't make her a trap, right? Yes, I am. Wait, hold on. What's Maya? She did say Maya. Surami of Maya. Maya?
美しくも気高いプレアディス七姉妹の長女マイヤ。あなたの学校星の第一に冠された特別な名よ。
Huh. I thought it was a rather vague answer. I wanted to go home. What was with that totally creepy girl? Why was the room so dark? Wasn't it the astronomy club room? What was why was she doing tarot or whatever? And who is Maya anyway?
驚くのも無理はないわね。でもね、空見くん、星の運行を正しく見通すことができれば、 この程度のことを言い当てるのは造作もないのよ。
Really? It's all written in the stars? You only just have to read it? You have to learn to read star language? Looking at these buildings from the outside, I had thought the people here existed in another world. But now, they definitely are. Hell, they might not even live in the same world. It's a different dimension, okay? They live in a different dimension. I felt 1,000 times more out of place. I just stood there, not knowing how I should respond. Eventually, Miss Beautiful but totally creepy broke the silence.
このままでは我々は滅びる。滅びの運命に抗うために長き眠りから目覚めなさい。七姉妹の長女マイヤ。
What exactly was the standard response at a time like that? It's not really something they teach you in school. I mean, I guess I'll, relay the message. I trusted my instincts and answered. Oh man, oh shit, I think I left the stove on! Yeah, I don't want my house to burn down. That could cause a fire, you know? I have to hurry back, later, bye-bye!
待って、誰か、吉岡、吉岡
Did you read that, huh? Did you read that in your tarot cards that my house is about to burn down?
はい、会長。
Oh shit, what the hell? Oh fuck! Just before I could leave, the door behind me slammed shut, closing me in. Oh my god, I'm trapped! Now I'm trapped with the trap card. Oh my god, no! The darkness grew deeper than before, and sweat started to run down my forehead. I suddenly felt like I was about to become part of some ridiculous crime scene. Oh no! Oh no, I'm never gonna see Kotaro the doggy, and Saya, and what was the other girl's name? Hikari? I think we'll probably see her at some point. Nope, we won't, because we're gonna die here. Oh, fuck. And I had really been looking forward to going home and having Saya's oden, the beautiful, delicious oden. No! To enjoy that flavorful, tender stewed radish, that fish cake, so juicy and soft. And, though they may call me a heretic, the inescapably captivating cabbage roll.
怯えることはないわ、スラミ君。我々はあなたとお話をしたい。
Sure, that's how it begins. They always want to speak with you, and before they know it, you're naked and they're like whipping you. I don't have the kind of training necessary to stay calm in a situation like this.
だから会長、少々思考を凝らしすぎだと。でも演出は重要だわ。我々の真意を伝えるためにも。
Could you at least open the curtains? If not, I'm going home even if I have to force my way out.
吉岡。
I'm sorry, I'm just not comfortable in the dark.
はい、ただいま。
Ah, the light, it burns! Ah! Okay, much better. Much better. Damn, what kind of kooky show was that? With the heavy curtains opened, the windows allowed soft sunlight to fill the room. What had, up to now, been a creepy chamber was revealed to be a standard astronomy club room, so we didn't came to the correct club after all. It's just filled with creepy people. It was a perfectly normal room all along.
普通？
It's not? It's like she's insulted by me calling it normal. She's like, what? How dare you call it normal? I worked so hard to make it look creepy, okay?
会長、お気を確かに。
This was turning into a chore. But at the same time, when she was stumbling around in shock like that, it only made her more beautiful. So, you are...
明光学院天文部前部長、白鳥織姫よ。はじめまして、そらみ。
Oh, the former president. Ah. Orihime Shiratori.
会長の補佐兼現部長を務めさせていただいております。吉岡です。
I'd heard about these two from our president, or rather, our former president. Orihime was a third year, and Honoka was a first year, like me. Hey, Honoka. As a third year, Orihime should normally have been retired from club life, but maybe at a school like Meiko. Third years are less worried about tests. It's nice to meet you both. I'm Akito Surami. I'm a first year in the astronomy club at Hoshino Daiichi.
どうぞ、おかけください。
Thanks. When I sat down, they brought me an elegantly decorated cup of tea and a wild strawberry tart. Wow, what surface here, damn.
先ほどは失礼したわね。 あなたを歓迎したい一心だったのよ。ごめんなさい。
I think you and I have a very different definition of the word proper reception. That was more creepy, scary. It's like you wanted me to just run away screaming, which I almost did. I didn't really think that was the proper way to meet someone for the first time myself. If I had been Saya, I'd be crying. Anyway, what did you want to talk about? I felt like she had said something about it before, but it had been so wrapped up in fancy language, I hadn't gotten
要
it.
件はすでにお聞きになっていると思うのだけれど。
No, not really. A look of shock covered Orihime's face. Our president didn't tell me anything at all. Nope, it's a surprise to me. The only reason I came was because the president had asked me. It's complicated, but by president I actually mean former president. Since he's a third year, he had to retire from the astronomy club last summer, and we're the what's it called? The person that then takes over? There's a specific word for it that I can't think of right now, fuck. Since I was the only member of our astronomy club. Wait, we're the only member? Oh fuck, we're so lonely. I also became the president, despite being a first year. But as there weren't any other members, there wasn't anyone to call me Mr. President. Ah, that sucks. That's like half the fun of being the president, that somebody calls you president, right? And although I should have been aware of my own position, I'd always called the former president president, and for me, he was still the president. It was a little complicated. Oh, I get it. The president told me, I want you to go and hear what Orihime at Meiko Academy has to say, but nothing else other than that. Honoka was whispering into Orihime's ear.
校長が驚かせたいとおっしゃるので、なるべく何も話さないようにとお伝えしました。それでよく足を運んでくださったわね。
The two of them stared at me curiously. What was that look for? Those two were the weird ones. I was just here out of respect for my
あなた、
president.
六つら星の会をご存知かしら。
Six Stars Club? The Six Stars Club? Not really, no. I'd never heard of it. It kind of sounded like the name of a kid's play
同
group.
じ志を抱きし仲間たちの集いといったところかしら。正確には現星の中市、旧星の市および天の中市の近隣6校からなる天文部の集まりです。
And you want our club to join? An association from... Oh, she already mentioned this. Yeah. 6 schools around what is now Hoshinonaka City. Formerly Hoshino City and Amanonaka City. Ah, those two cities like combined together?
30年の伝統を誇り、数々の実績を上げてきましたが、6年前に方向性の不一致から解散しました。
Sounds like the way most rock bands break up. But anyway, I had no idea there had ever been such a group.
六つら星とはスバルの別名。自分たちを冬空に美しく輝く6つの連星になぞらえて六つら星の会と名付けたのよ。
What a romantic story. Okay, so what about this group?
蘇らせたいの。私たちの手で。
You want to bring it back to life? And we're part of that? We're one of the 6 stars? Huh?
ここで最初の言葉につながります。
Honoka came up close to me. If we continue on this path, we are doomed. You must awaken from your ageless slumber, Maya, eldest of the 7 sisters, to deny our fate. I think that was what she had said to me, but I still didn't get it.
空見くん、星野第一の天文部員は現在何名かしら？
I'd like to keep that information private, please. Yeah. It's just me, oh god. Orihime had a smug look on her
聖
face.
戦女子2名、天の中1名、天の中西4名、諸見沢工業3名。
Really? Oh, wow. I guess the astronomy club just isn't really that popular of a club, right? I mean, when you think of it, most clubs are just like sports clubs, tennis club, basketball club, or literature club, I don't know, right? Music club. I feel like astronomy isn't really that popular, sadly, despite it being a really awesome, cool thing. And you can tell by the lack of members in the other schools as well.
そして我が名工学院は私を除いて3名。
Oh, there's still 2 others here. Clubs are starving for members
さ
everywhere.
すがマイヤの空見焼きと察しがいいわ。
Okay, so what is it with this Maya stuff
三
already?
つ星の全盛期、各校の部員数は平均10名前後。
Whoa.
最も活動が盛んだった天の中西は最高部員数36名。
Holy crap.
それが今やどの学校も廃部寸前の窮状で、来年にはさらなる部員数減少も予想されます。
How can there be fewer than 1? I guess 0, right? When she heard Honoka's voice, Orihime sighed and looked miserable.
まるで人の営みが生み出した街の明かりが夜空の星を一つまた一つとかき消してしまうように、
I see.
我々は緩やかに滅びへの道をたどっている。
I can tell what her plan is. She obviously wants to prevent that from happening. So we need to get more people into astronomy and join all of our astronomy clubs by just joining forces, all combining together, right? Like the Power Rangers.
早急に対処する必要があるわ。星の中から天文の灯火を消さないためにも、かつての黄金時代を取り戻す必要があるの。
To prevent the guiding line of astronomy from dying throughout Hoshinoka City. We must bring back that golden age.
それが
Rebuild the Six Stars Club. Orihime nodded her head with a very serious look on her face. I gotcha. Okay. I'm with you. I think we can... Why not, right? I mean, I'm pretty much fucking lonely in my own astronomy club right now. It wasn't unusual for astronomy clubs from different schools to work together and have observation meetups. It's like when sports clubs have scrimmages with teams from other schools. This Six Stars Club started out as just an observation meetup. It later morphed into a more permanent arrangement with activities outside of their respective schools. After the fall of the Six Stars Club, each school club lost a lot of members. So in order to revive the Six Stars Club as a whole, each individual club would need to be revitalized as well. Why do we get like a close enough her boobs? But the Six Stars Club was shut down by alumni, wasn't it? What exactly happened in that disagreement over its direction? I wondered. If we just go out and try to rebuild it, won't they get mad? At some schools, former members of the sports club sections held a lot of clout over them. Clout gang? I hate them. Although astronomy fell under culture club rules, I'm just kidding. Whether they allowed it or not, if we tried to revive the Six Stars Club, they wouldn't hesitate to butt in. With a supremely confident smile, Orihime walked to the middle of the room and stood in front of the spherical astrolabe set conspicuously on the table. It was quite old-looking, judging from the centered placement of the Earth and the surrounding celestial bodies. Oh god, is this where they thought this was made during the... What was the geocentrical theory or something, right? I learned it in the Newton visual novel. See? It's actually awesome. There's a lot of astronomy, or at least visual novels sort of centered around sciences, right? The Newton one, we got this one. There's another one about space as well. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. But the geocentrical was something about the theory, the idea that actually the Earth is the center of the universe and everything else revolves around the Earth. But yeah, we all know that's not true anymore. It appeared to be a decoration modeled on something from the... Ptolemaic era. Orihime placed her hand on
黙ら
it.
せるわ、私が。
Saying this, she slowly spun the astrolabe. The planet's orbit around me is what she seemed to be saying. With these hands, I can alter the course of the planets themselves. Though I have to admit, I wasn't exactly sure what she was going for.
会長、空見くんが引いてます。
I mean, that was like mystifying.
え、嘘。 練習通りバッチリ決めたはずなのに。
I actually practiced for this? I mean, I guess a lot depends on this, right? Otherwise, all the astronomy clubs will probably sort of go extinct. For the time being, I pretended not to notice Orihime's dedication to the performance, and said, I see what you're saying, and I understand your motivation.
じゃあ
But I don't think I can help you. Wait, what, dude? What? Why not? I don't even do stargazing anymore. What did we do this morning? I guess we didn't stargaze, I guess, right? We just looked at the sky, the sun coming up.
どういうことですの？
I'm still a member of the astronomy club, but it's just sort of worked out that way. I've already decided not to look at the sky anymore. I tried to sound apologetic, but Orihime just stared at me with a confused look on her face, which was expected. If someone in the astronomy club told me they didn't look at stars, I'd do the same. Yeah, it's like somebody playing or part of the basketball club says there's like, yeah, I don't fucking play basketball, I'm just part of the club.
星を見ない天文部員でしたか？
Wait, is that what they call me? The astronomer who never looks at the stars?
何ですの？それ。彼は学校でそう呼ばれているそうです。
Well, if you already know, then there's no need to explain it again. So I guess if that's all, I'd better get going. And with that, I stood up and started to leave. Why don't we look at the stars anymore?
待って。
Orihime suddenly grabbed my hand. Whoa. Female grabbing my hand. Oh gosh. It was softer than I could have imagined, and I froze in
どのような
place.
経緯であなたがそんな呪わしい名を持つに至ったか、私は知らない。
Yeah, there's gotta be a reason for it, right? A dramatic reason, perhaps.
けど、
Orihime stared into my
かつて
eyes.
星を見ていたのなら覚えているはずよ。
Of course I remember. I remember the beauty.
さえ渡る夜空に星を追う楽しさを、空の断りを一つ一つ解き明かしていく喜びを。
She stared unmoving into my eyes, as if she was reaching into my deepest memories. I'm sorry, really, but I can't. Orihime wilted, her disappointment visible. It was like seeing Kotaro get sad when Saya wouldn't play with him, and I couldn't help but feel guilty. Well, I have to get to work. Unable to bear it any longer, I stood to go, but this time it was Honoka who stopped me.
もしよかったら今度の会合に来ていただけませんか？それまでお返事は保留ということにしていただいて。
I guess. Fine. She's like, there's hope! There's still hope after all! When I said that, Orihime seemed to cheer up a bit. She even smiled a
絶
little.
対にいらしてね。約束よ。
I will. That smile was more persuasive than any ridiculous argument, and I found myself nodding subconsciously. So something must have happened, right? Whoa, what's that? Is that the Odin?
あ、かよいずまちゃんまた来てる。バイバイ。
Commuter wife?
さようなら。
Saya-chan. The girl, on her way home from Hoshina Daiichi, waved, so I gave a little wave back.
誰だろう。
I had no idea. Wait, I'm guessing this is from Saya's perspective now? I'm not sure.
誰あの子。めっちゃ可愛くない？目の色きれい。あれ、聖戦女子の制服だよね。彼氏に会いに来てるみたいよ。うちの天文部にいるんだって。
Does everybody seriously think that I'm her boyfriend? I mean, it's in the works, okay? It'll come later. Gotta be patient, people.
へえ、それでかよいつまちゃんか。あ、でもさ、うち天文部なんかあったっ
How
け？
dare you, you rude bitch! Of course we do! I may be the only member, okay? But we do have an astronomy club. Jeez. Rude. I'd come by so many times that I guess they remembered me now.
かよいつまちゃん。
Yep, that's your title, commuter wife. That's what they seemed to be calling me. My face felt hot. They were saying something about a boyfriend too.
特に迷惑かかってないかな。
I did worry a little. just like the ones before. All students on their way home looked my way. I guess it was only natural, since it was so rare for a girl wearing another school's uniform to be there. But I got so embarrassed that I couldn't stand it anymore.
一度
No,
帰ろうかな。
Saya, no, I want the Odin. Feeling helpless, I looked down at the package in my hands.
楽しみにしてたし。
Exactly, that's why you can't leave.
天の川さん。
Oh, the president.
Huh?
Does he know her? If she'd been smiling like that from the start, I never could have refused. Yeah, all Orihime had to do was just smile, right? That's all she had to do. She didn't need to put on that creepy performance, as if she was playing Magic the Gathering or something. I muttered, thinking back on Orihime's grinning face. That first impression was so creepy, but I guess I was lucky. I couldn't really pay attention to the rest of her. She's a little older, so she's got a different kind of beauty compared to Saya. Her boobs are bigger too. Yeah, we definitely got a close-up of that. Saya wouldn't be very happy if she knew I was using her as a basis of comparison, I thought to myself as I pedaled my bike through the school gate. Whenever I thought of Saya, I thought of Odin. That's the... really? Oh, Saya's Odin. I sighed like a lovesick child. Oh, the Odin. My stomach is calling out for it. It was just about time for work. My trip to Mako Academy took longer than planned, so I didn't have time to go by Saya's house to pick up my Odin. And I had really been looking forward to tonight's banquet. Man, just thinking about that Odin sure is making me hungry. Maybe I should have had a snack before I headed out. She's here! Saya was waiting for me with her delicious Odin!
おかえり、アキトくん。
Saya? What are you doing here? I mean, hi.
訪問のところで待ってたんだけど、部長さんが来て中に入れてくれたの。
The president. She must have meant the former president. Saya had met him before. You came and waited just for me? I told her beforehand that I had a sudden errand to
ア
run.
キトくん、楽しみにしてたみたいだったから。
That's true, I was really excited. Oh, you don't mean... With a little angelic smile, Saya picked up a package from a desk.
おでーん。
Oh, Dan! Ta-da! You even brought it in the pot? Oh my god!
これで温めた方が美味しいと思って。
She's the best commuter wife there is. You really are something. It must have been so heavy. You stood waiting in front of the school carrying this? Wow. The commitment. You rode the bus with this on your lap?
そうだよ。
Everybody else in the bus must have been like tortured. They're like, oh my god, what's that nice smell? Oh my god, that girl is carrying delicious food with her. She's like torturing all of them. All of them, their stomach were like growling. They were like, please give us some. In my mind's eye, it was such a surreal sight. It seemed like she'd lost a dare or something. Damn, the smell in that bus must have been the most delicious smell ever. Thank you so much, Saya. Oh my god. The impulse to hug her in gratitude was so strong. I had to struggle to keep it under control. No, dude, this is totally hug-worthy, okay? If somebody ever does this for you, even if they're a stranger, I'd fucking hug them on the spot. After all of that work, it would have been a tragedy to spill the Odin. Speaking of, what the heck are you doing here? Hey, dude! What the fuck?
おかえり。
Are you? Oh my god, I know you're the fucking president or whatnot, right? But are you fucking for real? Seriously? Eating my Odin right now? Dude, that is slap-worthy, okay? I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. Don't what's up me, you moron! What are you doing slipping in here to eat your noodles?
やっぱカレーだよな。お前わかってるよ。
Okay, whew. Thank god. For a second I thought he was eating my Odin. The food-snatching bandit just stood there, poking at his phone and slurping up his ill-gotten curry noodles. Or his Odin curry noodles. It sounded like they were different. I'd been trying my best to ignore him, but the spicy aroma of those noodles ignited my appetite.
私がアキトくん待ってたらお腹空いたって。
He is fucking eating my Odin. So Odin actually is spicy. I don't know what it was. I just played along and it was like, it must have been fucking delicious. I've never had it. Is the Odin okay? You're fucking eating my Odin, you bastard! I was actually fearful as I said that.
任せて死守したよ
Well, considering you're still alive, you didn't protect it very well. Saya gave me a thumbs up. We nodded to each other like war buddies who had survived hell together. Seeing that, Takaichi slurped his curry noodles in protest. Spit that out right now! The synergy of sound and smell triggered my stomach like Pavlov's bell. And, by the way, those purloined noodles had been my emergency rations. Also, that jerk wasn't even in the astronomy club anymore. He was just a mere basketball club member. Oh, he's part of the basketball
ど
club.
こ行ってたんだ
Oh, nowhere special. Wait, this... I'm confused. This guy is the president, right or not? I brushed him off and started to change out of my uniform to get ready for work. Saya turned her back while I changed.
名工学院に行ってたの
Saya said, still looking the other way. How did she know that?
部長さんがね教えてくれたの部長さんのお使いで名工の天文部の人に会いに行ってるって
Yeah, pretty much. I made some vague agreement, trying to misdirect. I didn't want to get into
名
it.
工の天文部なんぞに一体何の用事だよ
Okay, so this guy is just a different dude. For some reason, I thought he was the club president. Because the club presidents met Saya outside, right? So I just assumed that that guy went along with Saya into the astronomy club, but she just told him, like, yeah, you just go up there and wait. And then this dude, another friend of mine, or just a friend of mine, I guess, he spotted Saya with the Odin and was like, I'm gonna get me some of that too. Fucking Takaichi. So yeah, he's the typical guy friend, you know, that I always make fun of in every single visual novel because I'm secretly very jealous that he might steal away one of my waifus. And I'm like, you know, pretending to be the alpha male, but like, making fun of him. Well, deep down, I still consider him a good friend though. I'm just really terrible at showing it. And this concerns you how?
だなでも天の川が聞きたそうな顔してっからさ
Saya's ears turned beet red, and she shook her head back and forth. I couldn't see her face, but it was pretty clear she wanted to know who I'd met. It was no big deal, nope, just the love of my life. No, I'm kidding. That's probably you, Saya. Have you ever heard of the Six Stars Club?
つら星
Well, saying it over and over, Saya turned around with a thoughtful look on her face just as I was taking off my pants. Well, calm down. Just my boxers, I think, right? I'm not just, you know, swinging around my, my elephant. She turned bright red again and whipped back around.
知らない
I finished changing my pants and hung up my uniform. It was a gathering of all the astronomy clubs in the city. Apparently, they asked me to join it. I gave Saya a rundown of what Orihime and Honoka told me. It really wasn't something I wanted to talk about. But with that pot full of Odin right in front of me, I couldn't refuse Saya anything.
そんな集まりがあるんだね知らなかったよ
Me neither. Well, it did break up 6 years ago. After she heard my story, Saya opened her blue and orange eyes wide and stared at me.
じゃあアキトくんまた星を見るんだ
No way. I'm never looking up again. What happened? What happened that made us refuse to look up at the stars again? Ever?
でも
They put my answer on hold, but at the next meeting, I planned to refuse outright.
そうなんだ
The topic ended on an unpleasant note. It seems like Saya is aware of what happened, but she knows it's like a sensitive topic and doesn't want to, like, you know, push the issue, press the issue. Saya's shoulders slumped a little in disappointment. 'Cause you can tell she also wants us to look back at the stars again, right? Like when we were little. That's why I didn't want to talk about it. I thought to myself. Oh my god. The slurping of Takaichi's curry noodles echoed in silence. Can you, like, not slurp or be quieter when you're slurping? Because actually it's okay to slurp, okay? If you're eating noodles, ramen, whatever, it's actually okay to slurp because, believe it or not, I have tested this scientifically myself by running it down every single time and tasting the difference. But your noodles and soup in general just taste much better when you actually slurp it. That's true. Scientifically proven by yours truly, a non-scientist. I silently reached out to take the cup from Takeichi's hand. He wouldn't let go though. Just give me a little. Dude, I don't want a guy feeding me. Come on. That's the way to ruin a fantasy. Let at least Saya feed me then, okay? Gross. I'm sorry, dude. I don't roll that way. And even if I did, I don't think you'd be my type, Takeichi. Sorry, bro. Takeichi picked up some noodles with his chopsticks and reached toward me. You... The delectable, spicy scent wafted toward my nose. Wait, we're actually letting him do it? Oh god. Even Saya's surprised. As if... I ripped the cup and chopstick from Takeichi's hand. Ha! We fooled you. You were totally gonna feed me. It's mine now! It's mine now! Nope, it's all mine! I scarfed out nearly all the noodles before Takeichi could snatch them back. I smiled, feeling victorious while chomping my mouthful of noodles. That's what you get for being creepy. Creepy. Takeichi picked up the leftover noodles and bits of chopped meat stuck to the cup. He actually looked kinda sad. I'm sorry, dude. I had to do it. I had to. Takeichi drank the last of the sauce and smacked his lips. He threw the cup and chopsticks away. Bastard. Takeichi stood up and stretched. Just when I thought he was leaving, he stopped. Does it have something to do with Hikari? It must be, right? Like, Hikari was our childhood friend. She seemed the one that was also very excited, right? She's the one that called us awake early in that morning in the very first scene. So she must have been very excited about, you know, stargazing, I guess, just astronomy in general. And yeah, we haven't seen her so far, which really seems to hint at the fact that something happened with her, or between us perhaps even, that caused us to lose interest in at least looking up at the stars, just because of this whole thing that happened with Hikari, which we don't know what it is yet, but we'll find out. What? What's she got to do with anything? Why'd you go and bring her up now? She disappeared? Like went missing? Whoa, what the crap? Okay, maybe we'll never see her again. She disappeared. Oh shit. Come here a minute. Just a small bathroom break. Are we gonna punch him or something? I pulled him out to the hallway and then let go of his arm. What's the matter with you? Bringing up crap like that out of nowhere. We're going to have a falling out at this rate. Just forget it. It's my problem. It's not like he was the one they were talking about. When I saw how upset I was, or he saw, he gave a little sigh. I mean, I understand he's just trying to be a good friend, right? I suppose. It's fine. He's just looking out for me. I could see why it bothered him. And I knew he was just trying to help. I had a lot of friends who try to help me. I should be grateful, but we're a loner type. We brush away all the other people. I said it's fine. And I don't remember you owing me anything. As far as I'm concerned, it's the other way around. The only reason I'm able to do anything is you. If we started counting up who owes who, it'd surely come up even. We grinned at each other and bumped fists. Oh yeah, alright. We can tell we're pretty good friends, right? We even fist bump? Holy shit. If anyone had seen, we'd have died from embarrassment. Why? Is fist bumping not cool here in Japan? I'm going to hit the toilets. Saya's probably getting worried, so could you go back there for a minute? She probably thought we were beating each other silly or something. She was such a worrywart.
Oh.
I left Takeichi behind and headed for the toilets. Don't do anything funny with her, okay? When I got back, Takeichi was nowhere to be seen. Where is Take?
残り練習あるからって。
So that's why he wanted to fill up. Not to mention, it looked like he was about to become a starter next year. I hope our basketball club will be alright.
仲良しだよね。アキト君とタケ君って。ちょっと羨ましい。
He's just my best bro, I suppose.
ああ、私も男の子に生まれたかったな。
What, really? What are you talking about?
私もアキト君とラーメンの取り合いしてみたい。
You don't need to be a guy to fight over ramen with us, you know? You can just do it. What's so appealing about that? No way. If you were a boy, that would be a great loss to humanity. I would agree. I would definitely agree.
演出？
Mm-hmm. Because then, you know, all the man would turn gay. Got him! And anyways, knowing you, even if you'd been born a boy, you'd just share everything anyway and never fight over it.
そうかも。
Mm-hmm. See, that's just a personality thing for you that doesn't have anything to do whether you're a guy or boy. Wait, guy or boy? I guess girl or guy is what I meant to say. Saya nodded seriously, with a I hadn't thought of that look on her face. It was kind of funny. Uh-oh. While she waited for me, Saya had been in the dark looking at the telescope we had set up in the room. Oh god. The thing I never look at again. I'll never look through that thing ever again. I set it up every day to make sure it stayed in good shape. It was a refracting telescope with an 8cm aperture. After the president retired, it hadn't been used once though. By now, it was already getting dark outside the window. You know, it should be visible soon. I'll be Rio, that is. When I said this, Saya turned to me with a surprised look.
ううん、いい。あっくんと一緒じゃないなら。
For some reason, I suddenly got embarrassed and couldn't look at her. Maybe you should stop calling me that. Isn't it embarrassing? Wait, what did she call me? Aki, That's just a shorter version of our name, right? Because we're childhood friends.
たまにはいいでしょ。
The teasing tone in Saya's voice made me feel even more embarrassed. Well, I'd better get to work. I'll take you back.
あ、こんな時間に通い妻ちゃん発見。
What
あ
the
りがた
fuck?
や、ありがたや。
Is that such a special sight? They're all just like freaking out like, look, she's here, the commuter wife! And wow, the husband that was actually with her this time. Damn, she's popular here. I got my bike and came to the gate. I found Saya already there, surrounded by older students going home after practice, all pretending to pray to her. Damn, she's like a goddess. Like she's some kind of graven model. Graven or gravure?
バイバイ、通い妻ちゃん。さよなら。やったー。あの子と口聞いちゃった。
Wow, they idolize her or something. Do you know her?
うん、知らない人だと思う。
And yet, Saya had replied so sincerely. She was too funny and too cute. I got on my bike and Saya climbed up to the cargo rack, sitting side saddle.
なんかね、私、通い妻ちゃんって呼ばれてるんだって。
Yep, apparently that's your title here or something. Saya said and peeked at my face to see how I reacted. Yeah, Seems that way. She had visited our school so many times that the name had become permanent. It was only natural that someone in another school's uniform would stand out, and with the way Saya looked, it was inevitable. And since she usually showed up with food, the unfortunate name Commuter Wife just stuck. I stayed quiet about it because I thought she didn't like it, but looking at her now, I wasn't so sure. It's just one of those things, right? It's just one of those things. If even if you don't like it, if people continue to do it, sometimes, not always, but sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches, right? You just gotta embrace it. If you're being memed or made fun of, sometimes you just gotta embrace it and make fun of yourself. And actually, that'll probably stop people making fun of you as well. Because more than half of the time, when they make fun of you, they're usually doing it for the reaction out of you, right? To try and get you angry. But if you don't let it bother you, and hell, if you even laugh over with it together, then they might stop. Might. Hold on tight. Don't let go. This guy loves bike. What is it with I don't know, maybe they just fucking love making the protagonist of visual novels. Like in If My Heart Had Wings, right? That dude also loves biking. Here we're biking too. You could never ask Saya to be too careful, since she had the coordination of a drunk ox. Saya wrapped her arms around my waist, and I slowly began to pedal. I quickly passed the other students walking home after their clubs. Saya was light. I barely noticed her sitting in right behind me. As we picked up speed, the wind, cooling down as the sun set, started to hit us. Brrr. Maybe without thinking, Saya pressed her body up against my back. It warmed me up. Uh-oh. Winter's coming. Uh-oh. That's not a good thing. At least if you watch Game of Thrones. Yep. Odin season! That's the one good thing! Let the White Walkers come and kill us all! I got my Odin at least.
美味しいよ。味がと染みてて。おすすめはね、じゃがいもとこんにゃくと、あとタコの味がね。
Saya counted off the ingredients on her fingers. Oh man, no more! Just listening to you is making me hungry!
そっか。じゃあ食べてのお楽しみだね。
But she brought Odin with her, right? We just ate some? I'm still not even sure if the curry noodles were actually the Odin she brought or like different noodles. I really don't fucking know. Like if it was the same, why did they refer it to different, right? If Takeichi did eat the Odin that Saya brought, why did they stop calling it Odin and suddenly started calling it curry noodles? I don't know. Definitely. That's the thing that just made me confused about it. Stars began to twinkle in the twilight sky. Winter was right upon us. Oh, here. Elem, middle, and now. That seems to say something about just which time this plays out in. I'm assuming, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so I'm guessing at some point we'll just be sort of going back and forth between, not timelines, but just like in which time it plays out. The past, blah blah blah, I guess. I approached the aging streetlights, their feeble light nearly drowned by the overwhelming darkness. On that dark country night, only one single building still held back the dark with dazzling lights. Yep, the convenience store. The Stop and Buy, also known as Mikazuki's castle that never sleeps. Or at least, when this place was still on the southeastern border of the Mikazuki village, someone once called it that. The Sao Tome Stop and Buy stayed open until 10 p.m. Ah, I thought this was maybe one of those 24/7 convenience stores, you know? The Japanese is kind of famous for, I wouldn't say famous, but it's a well-known thing, right? At least I know of it, and I'm not from Japan. Back then, the village shops usually closed at 6, or at the very latest, 8 at night. Haha, but we go and continue for another 2 extra hours. For those 3 customers that come to visit between after 8 until 10, closing time. It was dark at night. So when the villagers first gazed upon that Stop and Buy sign glowing in the defiance of the laws of nature, how they must have shuddered. They said it heralded the coming of civilization to tiny Mikazuki village. People will believe what they will. Since then, Mikasuki village had been submerged under the new reservoir. The rest of the village had become part of Hoshinoka City. Even still, people remembered the old name. That was probably because of the Mikazuki villagers' pride in their symbol of civilization. Of course, the convenience stores along the coastal highway are all open 24 hours. Ah, those are the ones that open 24/7. I was alone in the shop, sitting on the stool behind the register, poking at my phone. Wow, he's allowed to be on his phone while working? Damn. For hardworking students, our late hours could be a real blessing. But for me, it was terribly boring. In the late evening, customers only came in sporadically after trains arrived at the station.
学校を越えた天文部の集まりか。何それ、面白そうじゃない。
Miss Komako? It went on for over 30 years, apparently.
いいじゃん。やりなよ、やりなよ。
Who are we texting with? It's a miss, an older lady. I'm not, for
どう
reasons.
して？
I decided I'm not gonna look at the stars anymore.
どうしてどうして？なんでなんで？
It's my secret.
だってアキトくんも天文部なんでしょ？
It's just that some stuff happened way back. I love the fact, like, among the Japanese characters, right? I'm assuming kanji, you see like Akito in capital letters.
おお、来たね。若者の悩み。いいよ。お姉さんに何でも話してみなさい。さあさあさあ。
No, I'm not spilling it to you. What a pushy woman. Unsure of how I should answer, I looked up from my phone. This is the perfect time where we just ignore someone. I guess Miss Komako wasn't even her real name. She was an office worker living in some big city somewhere. We met a while back online. Whoa, we met a MILF back online? Holy shit. Sometimes, when she gets tired of adulting, we kill time together like this. I turned my eyes to the single customer in the shop. Oh god, it's a grandpa. Damn, that's a thick mustache. His mustache game is A+. He still hasn't moved. Is he dead? Old Man Champ had been standing in front of the magazine rack since before I looked down at my phone, and he apparently hadn't moved a muscle. He was as still as a hunting crane. I feel like he probably froze to death or something, despite being inside. Oh my god, I honestly didn't expect those eyes. I expected him to be like a little bit more mean looking from how we only saw the mustache before. But he's kind of got those droopy eyes, right? Kind, droopy eyes. Oh, Old Man Champ moved! He did it! He's not dead! Yes! It looks like he's decided on the evening's entertainment. Oh god, what kind of magazine did you pick, old man? Old Man Champ reached out and took a magazine from the rack, then turned toward the register. And then...
Conan.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Right. Oh, we're not allowed to be on our phone. A youngish woman came out from the back of the store. Hey, Miss Miharu. Oh, is that her? She's the owner? Uh-oh. Complaining under her breath, Miss Miharu took a pork bun from the warming box by the register. That'll be 180 yen. My old teacher stared at my outstretched hand like she had something to say to it. Oh, she's our old teacher. But yes, but my manager told me that under no circumstances was I to feed their, and I quote, deadbeat daughter for free. Ah. Miss Miharu reached into her pocket and took out some coins. Ah, because I guess she has the last name, that's why I thought she was the manager actually. But it's the daughter of the manager. Let me be correct here by quoting the actual manager. Deadbeat daughter. With an expression of heart-wrenching grief, she placed 180 yen on the counter. It sounded like she gave us like just, I don't even know if yen actually has like a single 1 yen coin, but just to spite us, it sounded like she threw like 180 single 1 yen coins on the counter. It included 2 5 yen coins. Would you like your receipt?
トイレットペーパーの代わりにもならしないよ。
Alright then. Damn. She sulkily walked over to the shop's seating area and, reading a newspaper someone had left, began eating her bought and paid for pork bun. When Miss Miharu had gone, or Miharu, Old Man Champ snuck out of his hiding place behind a magazine rack and fearfully made his way to the register. What can I do for you? What kind of magazine are you reading, huh, Old Man Champ? I actually wonder, why do they call him Champ? The old man blushed faintly as he laid down 2 magazines. I know, that's the good old trick, right? One magazine that's like normal, and the one underneath that, you're hiding it from everybody to see. I know. The first was a popular young man's comic magazine, Champ Comics. Right. The second was carefully hidden underneath. I know what you're up to, Old Man Champ. His evening entertainment turned out to be huge-breasted housewives, apparently. Excellent choice, old man. That's 1,040 yen out of 1,100. Using my months of register skill, I quickly scanned the magazines and slipped them smoothly into a paper bag in one motion. Don't worry, I got your back, dude. I'll make sure nobody else sees the huge-breasted housewives magazine. That's 60 yen and change. Thanks for stopping by. Old Man Champ, apparently relieved by my skilled service, what the fuck, left the shop with an air of satisfaction. Oh, that's the noise of, like, somebody leaving the shop. Sorry, Old Man Champ came by.
何それ?
You know him, right? I tell you about him, or not? He's this old guy who always comes in and buys a nudie mag whenever I'm working. He hides it under a Champ Comics each time. So that's why I call him Old Man Champ. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
何それ? ウケる.
I know, right? LOL, OMG. Oh. Old Man Champ chose his raunchy books with all the intensity of a pubescent teenager who just discovered them. But I didn't mean to make fun of him. Not at all. His pension allowed him just 1 magazine. That made anyone choose carefully indeed, He was just standing in front of there for like an hour, like, oh my god, which one shall I choose? This is gonna have to last me a while. I need to pick a good one. Oh, hey Miss Miharu. What happened with that room we talked about?
平田さんとこ? やっぱダメだって.
Damn, it sounds like echoey. It sounds actually kind of awesome. You can sort of tell that she's away from us.
あんたの年で一人暮らしって言ってもね。なんかあっても責任取れないし。
She kept reading the paper as she spoke. I see. Thank you for checking. I gave up, acting like I had known before I asked. I guess I'll try somewhere
こ
else.
んな田舎に一人暮らし向きの物件なんてそうないでしょうね。
There are places over by the
家
coast.
賃高くて無理っつってたのあんたでしょ。いい加減諦めてさ、家帰んなさいよ。
Oh, we ran away from home?
家はいいよ。ご飯作ってくれるし、洗濯やってくれるし。これで小言がなきゃ。
Yeah, but that's the thing that usually makes people run away, right? The nagging. You know, if the manager heard you say that, she'd throw you out for good. When I said this, she put down a newspaper and turned my way. She looked at me with an odd expression on her face.
私はね、あんたのことを心配して言ってるんだよ。
Because you're speaking from experience? You don't want me to be a deadbeat like yourself? Her tone of voice did sound like she was really worried about me, and I started to regret my teasing. But really, you don't need
あん
to.
た、このままだと私と結婚させられちゃうわね。
What? What? Me marry you? Huh? What was that we were talking about?
母さん、あんたのことを自分の子供か孫みたいに気に入っちゃってるからさ。
I get. I see. And your mother was going to try and pair us together, right?
よく働くし、気が利くし。あんたになら将来この店任せてもいいって。
Oh, what? Really?
それにさ、あんたの初恋の人って私らしいじゃない？
Wait, she was? What? Who told you
ど
that?
っかでそれ聞いてきたらしくてさ。 下宿探しの件もあるし、いっそうちの婿養子にどうかって。
That sneaky woman, huh? Wait, I...
私はもうそれでもいいんだけど、若くて息のいい旦那が手に入って家でゴロゴロできるの同じだし。
Hey, wait, I'm not gonna enable your lazy lifestyle. Wait.
子供は何人欲しい？サッカーチーム作る。
What? 11 kids? Stop right there. Although this is a tempting offer. Now, where to begin with all of this? What was that about my first love? Who told you that?
そう動揺しなさんな。よくあることじゃないの。
It's a mistake. She just... Hikari just said that for fun. Miss Miharu just sat there with a smug look on her face. How much older than us is she? Well, she was... Didn't she say... I'm pretty sure she said she was our old teacher, right? That means she actually is pretty old compared to us. Holy shit. She looks very young though. But anyway, if you really thought you were my first love, why'd you work so hard every day to ruin that?
恋が芽生えた頃の私ってどんなだった？どういうところを好きになっちゃったの？
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to run this shop, and I especially don't want to get married. I just want to find a place to live.
あらそう。残念だね。永久就職先が見つかったと思ったの。
Ha! That's just how you look at me, your meal ticket? Wow. Huh. You just want to marry me so I can buy you meals? It was like the one tiny bit of hope I had in my life disappeared in an instant. In its place, I felt a heavy weight fall on my shoulders. Kotaru with the human barks! As if breaking out in cold sweat, I heard Kotaru's voice from outside. Does that mean Saya's here? Through the glass, he looked at me with pleading eyes. It's a little early, but I guess I'd better take him for his walk. Miss Miharu, can you watch the shop? I thought that because the dog got excited that maybe Saya was here, but I guess he wants me to take him for a walk. Alright. She answered without enthusiasm or didn't even look up from the paper, but since she did answer, I figured it was okay. I took off my apron and put on my jacket. See you in a bit.
何この新聞？先月のじゃん。
You didn't realize until now? Watching her from the corner of my eye, as the shock of this realization destroyed her concentration, made her throw the paper in anger, I hurried out, haha. Damn. Kotaru! Don't get too worked up, okay? You'll wake the neighborhood, yeah, and don't dare try and hump me, okay? Taking Kotaru for his evening walk was also part of my job. I usually did it after closing, but sometimes I'd go earlier if Miss Miharu was there to take over. Thanks, buddy. You saved me back there. He'd gotten me out of a conversation I did not want to get any deeper into. It seemed like there was a conspiracy brewing against me while I wasn't looking. Yep, they're trying to plan my future for me. A cold sweat rolled down my back. It honestly made me happy that the manager liked me that much, and I was grateful. But jumping all the way to son-in-law was a bit too much. I guess I only have my rather fuzzy situation to blame. Yeah, cause like, what is our situation exactly? It seems that we sort of have run away from home or don't live at home anymore, and we're trying to just find a place for ourselves just to stay at, to sleep, but we can't find anything. I guess, but I don't know if like the reason we ran away is somehow tied in with Hikari's disappearance as well. It could, I'm not entirely sure though. What should I do? Then there was the 6 Stars Club. All that stuff Takeichi talked about was stuck in the back of my mind too. All these different things got so tied up together that I couldn't make heads or tails of what I should do. I stopped walking and looked up at the sky. There were few stars in the autumn sky, and it seemed so empty. Wait! Didn't we say we would never look at the stars ever again? But I'm assuming we meant it through a telescope, right? Looking at it with the naked eye is a bit different. Among them, near the apex of the sky, I saw 4 bright stars making a quadrilateral. These last few years, It's gotten really bright around here. Even the autumn square looks pale. It was also known as the Great Square of Pegasus. One of the great signs of autumn, these second magnitude stars now appeared as faint as a third or fourth magnitude. As the streetlights grew brighter, the stars were washed from the night sky. They end up looking darker. The night sky I had watched as a little boy was much brighter. The stars, huh?
かつて星を見ていたのなら覚えているはずよ。
I do remember, even though I don't want to acknowledge it.
冴え渡る夜空に星を追う楽しさを、空の断りを一つ一つ解き明かしていく喜びを。
When she looked right into my eyes like that, I couldn't speak, because she shares a similar passion, because I felt like I knew. Of course we knew what she was talking about. Oh god, Hikari! Those eyes, eager with the light of the heavens that had found its way into our young hearts, pure and clean as the winter sky. My chest grew tight, and I couldn't breathe, so I lowered my gaze. I wanted to forget it all and move on, but I kept retracing those old steps. Standing beneath the starry sky, I suddenly felt afraid and started walking again. Wait, what? What is it, boy? Kotaru? Kotaru looked ahead and suddenly started barking. What do you see, boy? What is it? What the heck? A young woman was coming from the other direction. She stared at her smartphone and mumbled something.
どういうことだこれ。
Who is this? She seems to have white hair as well, but it's not Saya. The girl raised her head when Kotaro barked. I could see a strained expression on her face. In the light of the screen, she had well-defined, lovely features. She looked about my age, but I didn't know her. What could she be doing here at this time of night? Hey, quiet down! Sorry about that. Kotaro wagged his tail and started to jump, so I pulled him back and tried to get him to settle down. Maybe because, like, you see like a tiny bit of her hair on the left side of her arm, right? Maybe because of the white hair, Kotaro confuses this girl with Saya, and that's why he's so excited? If this had been a stranger, he would have been afraid and wouldn't have moved. Which means that he must recognize her, right? Which is why I think he confuses this girl as Saya.
小太郎？
Wait, what? Red hair. Huh? What? But it looked white. Just then, we could hear the creak and rattle of the rails, signaling a train coming from the far-off direction.
やっぱあれ逃したら1時間待ちだよ。
And having said that, she took off running. Like some kind of sports car, she hit top speed immediately and blew past me like the wind. As she did so, our eyes met for an instant. Was that her? Was that her? It was her, wasn't she? Hikari. What the hell, 4 years later? Huh? But she was off, her ponytail trailing behind her as she raced off to catch the arriving train. I watched her fading shape, dumbstruck, then looked at Kotaro. She a friend of yours? But that girl seemed to know Kotaro. Well, if she used the station often, it was only natural for her to know Kotaro. Looking in the direction she had run, I muttered to myself, I mean, it's possible, right? That she saw the dog and kind of knows Kotaro and went to that supermarket or the convenience store during times when I wasn't working there, when it wasn't my shift. So it's possible that she was here for a while and we just always missed each other. She was like a comet. The way she flew through the night, her ponytails trailing behind her like ionized gas and dust, reminding me of a twin-tailed comet. I'm back.
お疲れさん。気をつけて帰るんだよ。
We didn't chase after her? We should have chased after her, although what the hell would we have done about Kotaro, right? Although he probably would have run after with us. He would have thought it was like a game, like, Wolf, why is Master running all of a sudden? Let's run with him. As soon as I got back to my room, I switched on my electric heater. Yeah, okay, so we're kind of staying over here. We're sleeping here. This is our temporary place, the Astronomy Club. The weather forecast said tonight would be as cold as the end of December. I set up my cartridge stove, and next to that, my portable camp stove, and turned on the fire. I put Saya's pot of Odin on the cartridge stove, and on the camp stove, a can of roast chicken. Oh, so the Odin was still here. She brought it for after dinner. Now it makes sense. I'm stupid. That's just what it is. What a surprise. Not really. It's really delicious if you open a can and scorch the top a little. I also had 3 rice balls we were going to throw out at the shop. I was lucky. Today they had some salmon-filled ones left. Ooh, the fancy ones. And that was my dinner. So hungry. As the chicken juices started to scorch and put out a delicious smell, my stomach started rumbling, but I still had some time before the Odin warmed up. Oh, better watch out. Watching the steam start to rise, I remembered the telescope I left set up in the corner of my room. Moisture was the great enemy of lenses, really? Guess I'd better put it away. Even though I'd gone to all the trouble of cleaning it up, it was going back in its case without being used. It'd be nice if next year we got a member who would actually use you, huh? The reason I was in the Astronomy Club wasn't because I wanted to look at the stars. I was in it because I could stay in the room. That's the whole reason. The Astronomy Club had plenty of outdoor goods, and for purposes of astronomical observation, it was easy to get permission to stay overnight. Ah, of course. That actually worked out perfectly, right? Because Astronomy Club, the only time to actually see the stars would be at night. So, yeah, I can see that the Astronomy Club would have easier... It would be easier for them to get permission to stay overnight. And it just works perfectly, sort of. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be stargazing again. And we'll just use this as a place to live, actually, in the meantime. Of course, if I'd said that was my reason for joining, I never would have gotten permission. I was invited by the president. He told me that if the club didn't get any new members, it was in danger of being closed. When I asked if it was okay to sleep in the club room, he said of course, and as someone with astronomy experience, I was a welcome addition. And so, they started calling me the astronomer who never looks at the stars. I turned off the camp stove with the canned chicken, and dug out a book out of the pile of my stuff in the corner. Whoa, look! A beginner's guide to astronomy, ooh, for little kids. It was an astronomy book for kids, yellowed with age and torn in several places. I opened the book, and a letter fell from between its pages. Uh-oh. It was held closed with a cute little bunny sticker. I'd gotten it 4 years earlier. Oh, is it from Hikari? But we never opened it? We never read it? I never opened it.
お前さ、光のことをそろそろ吹っ切れ。
I don't need to read it, just because of what Take said. Feeling an unpleasant sweat break out on my forehead, I gathered up my resolve, and just then... Huh? It's from Komako. What's this?
元気なかったみたいだからサービスだよ。
Is this what I think it is? What? Miss Komako sent me that? MILF boobs? Whoa! Is that her cleavage? Or maybe she just like, you know, it's one of those, you know how some people actually, they like press their arms together or something? And then if you picture it from a certain angle close enough, it actually looks like the butt cleavage or something, right? But it's actually just the arm ridge, or you know what I mean, right? It could be something like that, but it kind of does like look like her cleavage though. And there was so much! Kamako's boobs are huge! Oh my god, she could have been in that fucking magazine that Old Man Champ had bought. It was a picture of a woman's cleavage. And though I felt a little guilty, I also thought of how Orihimes were probably about the same size. So this was a grown woman. Such a simple gift. Such a bold gift, and I will treasure it for the rest of my life. Or was this just what people do in the big city? Still clutching my phone, my hands started to tremble. Oh my god, thank you. Just as they had when I was clutching that 4-year-old unopened letter. Perhaps even
どう
more.
した？
I'm speechless, Miss Kamako.
なんか
Komako.
くれないと恥ずかしいんだけど。あ、もしかしてアキト君貧乳派？そ
No,
れ
no,
な
no,
ら
no,
もっ
no.
と早く言ってくれれば。
Flat is justice, but I do not prefer them. Thank you so much! You're a lifesaver! You really cheered me up! Look, we're so excited as a dog. Our tails just wagging back and forth.
素直でよろしい。
I had the feeling I had been trying to decide something very important, but that was all gone. Yeah, she kinda ruined the moment. I'm pretty sure we were about to maybe open that letter actually after 4 long years. But clearly, boobs are more important. I was in such a good mood, and to top it off, the pot of Odin started to bubble. Oh my god, cleavage and Odin, can you ask for anything more in life? I put the letter back between the pages of, wow, look, a beginner's guide to astronomy. I returned the book to its place, and sat on my bed as if nothing had happened. Ah, hot. Oh, look at that delicious Odin, damn. Is this animated? I don't know. Or maybe it's similar like the Karawa Shoujo-esque background thingy, right? Where they actually took like a real picture of food and they sort of like added a filter to it, an Instagram filter to actually kind of make it look animated. Cause holy crap, this looks real lifelike, but it has a tinge of it looks animated in a sense, or like drawn, right? But if this is 100% drawn by somebody, then holy crap, that's amazing. The detail and everything, damn. Fuck, I think I skipped the one. I opened the lid and steam billowed out. The room filled with a cloud of steam. Radish, potatoes, fish cake, cabbage rolls, octopus, and so much more. The ingredients glinted gold and went with soup through the steam. The pot was like an overflowing treasure chest. Time to eat! I offered up my thanks to Saya for bringing it to me, and her family for making it, and grabbed my chopsticks. Oh, this radish is so good, and the potatoes are so tender. It was a cold evening. The first touch of winter was in the air. The hot pot of Odin, the flavors seeping deep into every bite, warmed my body and soul.